Bugs crashing your pack's party? Whether they've got paws or sneakers, your pack deserves a home that's protected from pests. That's where Wondercide comes in. Plant-powered protection made with steam-distilled natural essential oils that actually work. It kills and repels fleas, ticks, mosquitoes, and ants without questionable ingredients or overpowering smells. Safe to use around kids and pets when used as directed. Lab-proven to work fast. And proudly made in the USA. We offer sprays for pets, people, homes, and yards. Plus, spot-on treatments, collars, and even shampoos. Whatever your pack needs, we've got it covered. Founded by a pet parent looking for a better way to protect her dog Luna, Wondercide's now protected over 21 million lives and counting. You might have even seen us on Shark Tank. Go to Wondercide.com and use code WONDER20 for 20% off your first order. That's WONDER20 at Wondercide.com. Wondercide. Protect your pack with plant-powered Wondercide today.
Hello, this is Aaron West. I am the author of the A24 New Wave. In this book, I look at A24's output and I make the argument that we are in a new wave movement right now. A24 plays a major role. This book has a supplemental podcast where each episode is a brief conversation about an A24 related topic, whether an actor, director, or even a genre. As I continue research for the book and conduct interviews, I expect to record podcast episodes with people involved with the company. You can find the podcast at cinejourneys.com or wherever you find podcasts, and we are proud to be members of the Someone's Favorite Productions podcast network.
Everyone, and welcome to the Kulturecast. I'm Chris Stachiw, and I'm joined by my good friend. He is one of the hosts, the other one is me, of the Seagal podcast, your friend and mine, Matt Damon?
Matt Damon.
Boy, I understand now why people do not like Matt Damon. Trevor, because of this movie, huh?
Oh, yeah, well. By the way, thanks for having me back, and,
welcome to a movie I really don't want to talk about, Saving Private Ryan.
Oh, man, you're going to get a lot of hate for this one, man.
So let's talk about Saving Private Ryan, shall we? It is a film that I guess is kind of the pinnacle of of war films. At least for American audiences. And it's directed by Steven Spielberg. It's written by Robert Rodat. It stars Tom Hanks, Edward Burns, Matt Damon, Tom Sizemore, Vin Diesel, Adam Goldberg, Giovanni Ribisi, Barry Pepper, Jesus H. Christ. There's a lot of people. Ted Danson, Paul Giamatti, Dennis Farina, Nathan Fillion, Bryan Cranston. Has a lot of people, guys.
Yeah, a lot of, like, before they were, like, famous.
Yeah, like Vin Diesel.
Yeah, who Spielberg cast after seeing his independent film called Cats. I think it was called Cats. Or Strays. Strays. It was called Strays.
You sure Vin Diesel didn't play Mr. Mephistopheles? Are you sure?
It would have made Cats a lot better.
He's the rum-tum tugger.
Yeah, it's all about family.
There's a lot of people in this movie, man.
Yeah, it's a pretty much a who's who of where's the woman, of who's who of who's
late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, early 2000s, but not much women in the cast. There's like maybe one woman in the cast in the whole thing.
Yeah, well, there's the
family.
Yeah, so all right, so if you don't know what this movie is about, this movie is a film that is bookended by a scene of an old man going to the war memorial at Normandy, where they have a mass war grave for the D-Day operations in World War II. Uh-huh. And then that character starts to flashback, and you see the invasion, the Normandy invasion at Omaha Beach. And that is the whole movie, is you figuring out who this character is from the wraparounds. Why you're watching the rest of the movie is the explanation of why he's at the cemetery. That is the entire movie. It is essentially one giant flashback, and it is a fucking disaster of a framing device because it's so ham-fisted, right?
Wrong.
Oh,
very wrong.
Come on.
No. I'm wiping my hands clean.
Matt Damon is not in this movie enough to necessitate his character being the one that's in the wraparounds. It's just, I mean, I appreciate what this film goes for with the plot, but I have a hard time feeling like, well, that's the earned ending of this film, is the story of his character being saved.
Well, it is called Saving Private Ryan, so him being part of the wraparounds is kind of a, given.
How dare you? How dare you, Trevor?
Oh, I'm sorry I'm right. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry I'm right.
And I don't think it was supposed to be a mystery.
That's fair.
I mean, I thought, I love this movie. I mean, it was only my second time seeing it since originally seeing it in 98 with my father in the theater. And I still think it's a terrific film. I think you're being a little too harsh on it because it's not just about saving a single person. Okay. It's an anti-war film. You're so quiet. It's scary.
See, I don't know if I agree that it's an anti-war film. I think it's very much another one of these films in a long line of films that tries to have it both ways. Show us how awful war was, but at the same time, show us how necessary war is. And you almost cannot have it both ways. And if you can, I don't think even Spielberg is an adept enough director and screenwriter to get that point across. Because the best war movies should not glorify war, right?
I really don't think this was glorifying war, though.
I don't think it is. I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying it doesn't try to be an anti-war movie, because in the end, it does show that American ideals do win the day ultimately. Because it's an American. This doesn't mean, I don't know if in Germany during World War II they said, well, Hans, Fritz, and Jorg are all dead, but the third brother, little Johnny, is still alive. We're going to bring him back from the front. Do you think Germany would have done that? Fuck no. This is an idea this is an American idealistic movie about war. American ideals prevail in the end, right? Come on. Rah, rah, rah. I mean, that's what this shit's about. I mean, come on.
I think it's about brotherhood, and it's about, what soldiers who didn't know each other at the beginning go through in a war front.
Die.
Soldiers die, man.
I know, but the problem is, in a war movie, you need to, like you said, build up these relationships between the characters. And in a war movie, you almost either have a squad of people so big that you can get it down to just a couple, which is what this movie does, or you can keep everybody alive for the entire movie and make it less about who lives and dies and more about what they're doing. And I like the latter because I like the character development. In a film like this, I mean, some of the characters die within the first 10 minutes of leaving that initial opening scene. All the main characters get past the initial main scene. There are no characters that make it, that die on Normandy Beach, because they all made it past Normandy Beach to begin with.
Okay. I mean, they kind of have to pass Normandy Beach to get, or else you wouldn't have a movie. You're setting up.
I just want more character development. It's just a very.
There was character development. Character development.
How? This is gonna be a good podcast. You really disagree with me.
I do. And I think, like, take the Adam Goldberg character.
Sure.
A man who's of Jewish descent. Basically, I mean, he's not like a Brad Pitt in Glorious Bastards Nazi hater. He just despises them. And I think he wants to more defeat the Reich than just be a cold-blooded killer. And I think that's a very interesting character development of him. I think he's jaded. It's a jaded character. Like the scene where they're taking the German soldiers prisoners, and all he does is show his Star of David, I think it is, and keep repeating the word Juden, see Juden, to show that they were caught by a Jewish soldier. Excuse me.
Hello and welcome to Tumbleweeds and TV Cowboys. My name is Hunter. In this podcast, I'll be joined by a different guest each week to discuss a classic Western movie or TV show. I've been a fan of classic Westerns for as long as I can remember, and in recent years, they've become very nostalgic for me. I love the aesthetic, the tropes, and I love seeing different filmmakers' takes on them. At their best, they're incredibly entertaining, rewatchable, and some of my all-time favorite movies are Westerns. We'll mostly focus on Western movies made in Hollywood, but we'll also be covering spaghetti Westerns, and one thing I'm very excited to get into are Western TV shows. I've got some amazing guests coming on the show, film professors, historians, and podcasters. And Tumbleweeds and TV Cowboys is part of the Someone's Favorite Productions podcast network, and many guests on the show will be from other shows on the network. Thanks for listening.
There's the writer character, the one who's taking notes on all this, who wants to write stories. There's Vin Diesel's character, who is well developed. Don't get me, he's I believe a Catholic.
I think so.
And I mean, there's a lot in this film about how a faith and that comes into being a soldier, having to kill, and how that affects you. Tom Hanks obviously is suffering from PTSD. I mean, he's a broken man. The war has really fucked him up something awful. And, they've chosen him to lead this mission when he's barely hanging on himself. So, I mean, character development, man.
Yeah, but it's like the one character. It's the one character. It's Tom Hanks.
I believe I brought up three characters.
I know. But the issue is like, the character being Catholic or being Jewish, like, that's it. Like, that's not a character. That's a plot device so that you have the scene where you have the character holding up the Star of David. The Catholic thing is, again, I get it. And again, I see and understand why people enjoy this movie. But for me, it just comes off a little manipulative in some ways. And I love that first 20 minutes. The first 20 minutes are so good, but that's because the first 20 minutes are unlike anything I've ever seen in another war movie, because the first 20 minutes of this movie are genuinely interested in giving you an experience that very few people left or at all are alive can talk about personally. And it worked. I mean, it's the best part of this movie, without a doubt. Even if you like this movie, it's still the best part of this movie, right?
Well, I mean, it's the most memorable part of the film, to be sure. I mean, it's unforgiving in its intensity and its violence.
Right.
I mean, it even shows the Germans' point of view when they're firing at them. So you're seeing the what the Germans are seeing when they're just offing these soldiers left and right.
Right. Which I think is smart. I think is a very smart choice.
It is. But would you call it a manipulative choice?
I would call it a manipulative choice, but it's also a smart choice. There's a difference between manipulation, because not all manipulation is bad. Movies intend to manipulate us. They intend to manipulate our emotions. It's an intent.
Well, they want to evoke emotion. That's
right, exactly.
Yeah.
But I think you and I both can agree that there are levels of manipulation that go past subtle and welcome and go into like heavy and ham-fisted, and like I think it's a smart choice to show the other side, because it's not, again, this is a world war. It was America fighting, but there were still Germans fighting for what they believed in too, and they were part of the war as much as the Americans were.
I mean, this is a Spielberg film, and Spielberg is known for being very evocative.
Mm-hmm.
I will not use the word manipulative because I think the word evocative just works just as well. It's funny you remember, because I remember an interview with John Carpenter. I think it was John Carpenter who described John Williams's use of music as emotional manipulation.
Yeah.
He calls it Mickey Mousing.
Who, Carpenter does?
Yeah, I think Carpenter called it Mickey Mousing. Because I don't think he appreciates how John Williams' music is used, what he thinks is a manipulative plot device to evoke emotions from the audience.
I mean, well, you have John Carpenter saying that, and then John Carpenter's also the same person who wrote the theme song for Halloween. So it's like, what you complain about it, yet you do it. So what the fuck is your point? I mean, the soundtrack for Halloween is one of the most manipulative pieces of music I can think of. I mean, that theme, the Michael Myers theme and the Halloween theme evoke only one thing:
fear, tension.
Yeah, like, and don't claim other people are Mickey Mousing when that's exactly what you're doing. John Williams works in the medium perfectly, and this is the movie he's made to do. I mean,
well, it's Spielberg, so of course it's going to be John Williams. He rarely works without him.
Sure, but I'm going to a different point. John Williams is the modern day Sousa in many ways. And like, this movie is made for those kind of grand war, just giant war brass pieces. I mean, this movie has all kinds of really kind of, not propaganda, but very nationalistic music that you hear at like parades and marches and stuff. It evokes a feeling.
Well, like his fanfare for the common man kind of feeling.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I was in band in high school, and we did a John Williams suite. This was in the John Williams suite. The song from this movie, it was like the, what's it called? The Hymn to the Fallen, I think is what it's called.
I think so.
But I remember playing that. Like, we played that along with, the Star Wars theme song, the Indiana Jones one. It's like, and then Hymn to the Fallen. Good Lord.
It's a good piece.
But it's like, it's perfect for this movie, and it's perfect for John Williams. I mean, this is the movie that John Williams always wanted Spielberg to make, because it allowed him to play in the sandbox of big, giant, orchestral, marchy, brassy pieces.
Oh, man.
It's true.
I mean, I didn't say it wasn't true. I'm just kind of blown away by your distaste for the film. I mean, you did tell me ahead of time.
It's not, I mean, again, it's not a distaste. It's the kind of the confluence of two really problematic things for me, which is my distaste in general for war and my kind of issue with war movies as a whole. Like, I've made no bones about it. War movies are like my least favorite genre. So this is like the last kind of movie I would want to watch, is like a very rah movie made by Steven Spielberg.
I mean, would you rather watch Ready Player One by Spielberg?
No, any more than you would.
Oh, I already seen it like twice, so
I've seen it once, and that's enough for me for good. Man, Ready Player One is really bad.
At least they didn't use John Williams music for that one. They used Alan Silvestri.
At least I can tell this movie's directed by Steven Spielberg, unlike Ready Player One.
We should just do a Ready Player One podcast. What do you say?
I've done it. I did it before a long time ago. I don't think my opinion has changed. It is so fucking bad. Oh my God. As much as I don't like Saving Private Ryan, Ready Player One is just the worst excesses of the like late 2018s. 2019, like, just throw every fucking CGI thing at the screen and see what sticks.
Well, I mean, it kind of lends itself to what the book was. So,
have you read the book?
I haven't read it to completion, but I've read most of it. It's pretty much.
It's not good.
Have you read the book?
Yeah, I read the book in one day.
It's reference porn, basically.
That's why it's not good. It's like it's one guy trying to like show you how cool he is.
it pretty much is saying, hey, remember this?
Yeah.
Hey, you remember that?
It's pop culture name dropping.
Yeah, and there's a way to do it correctly. And Ernest Cline, much as I love fanboys,
he's a fanboy that doesn't deserve to have what he has because what he did to get it is not very good.
Well, I mean, I heard the sequel's even worse.
Are you surprised?
We're getting off track.
Are you surprised?
What, that the sequel's worse?
Yeah.
No, because he blew his load on the first one.
You know what I also don't find surprising at all?
What?
The fact that another movie might come out and it might not be directed by Steven Spielberg because even he realizes there's no point in doing it.
I don't think they're going to make Ready Player 2 into a film.
What is funny to me is this is not the only war movie directed by Spielberg.
No, he did Schindler's List.
Well, I was talking even more. I mean, he did Schindler's
1942?
Well,
or 1941?
Well, okay, yeah, but I'm talking about like a straight war movie because 1941 is a comedy. And Schindler's List came out before Saving Private Ryan did.
Do you mean War Horse?
War Horse, Bridge of Spies.
Which I haven't seen yet.
Bridge of Spies is very good. But War Horse is also another war movie. You know, it for me, I love Spielberg. I have my own issues with Spielberg's later entries, as I'm sure a lot of us do. Spielberg, I mean, again, I've said this before, and I'll say it again. You know, if you're a director who directed Raiders of the Lost Ark, you would be happy to have just that movie as the crown jewel of your filmography. But, you know, to have Raiders, E.T., Empire of the Sun, Hook, Jurassic Park, Schindler's List, Saving Private Ryan, Minority. I mean, you know, and there's things in there that I didn't even mention that other people are like Jaws, Close Encounters of the Third Kind. And yet this is all one man's career. Like, it's unfathomable.
Spielberg hasn't felt like Spielberg to me in a very long time.
Not since like I maybe Minority Report.
Which is a great film.
But it doesn't feel like a Spielberg movie in a lot of ways.
In a ways, no, it doesn't. I
think the last Spielberg movie might be this one.
Maybe. I mean, 98.
After this, you have AI, Minority Report, Catch
AI
Me If
sucked.
You Can, The Terminal, War of the Worlds.
War of the Worlds. I haven't seen since I saw it in the theater, and I think I'm okay with that.
Munich, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
We do not mention that film.
Tintin.
That was a Peter Jackson collaboration, wasn't it?
Yeah. Lincoln, Bridge of Spies, the BFG, The Post, Ready Player One, and then West Side Story.
Why West Side Story? Why?
I don't know. Him and Eastwood, I don't get it. They both decided to tackle like old school musical topics, and
But at least Jersey Boys was a good film.
Well, at least Jersey Boys is a good musical to begin with. I'm not a big defendant of. I don't really defend West Side Story. It's just okay.
I haven't seen the original, but I know enough to know that remaking it is a terrible idea.
Yeah. It
might be good. Who knows? But what's the point?
Yeah.
It doesn't look like he's saying anything different with this.
No. Ansel Elgort? Is that who's in it?
Ansel Elgort?
Yeah. I will say though, like this might be the last Spielberg movie that was the felt like a Spielberg film.
Yeah. I mean,
this movie is incontrovertibly Spielberg, right?
I mean, it does have this John Williams, the war aesthetic, they
do have the family thing. It's not as heavy as like other Spielberg movies.
Yeah.
But the family is in the wraparound, and the whole thing. I mean, the movie is about family because the entire thing is about them going to save. Yeah, saving that guy.
Diesel's in it.
Yeah,
It's about family.
Wow, get out of here. but I mean, the whole thing is about family because it's about saving the final living son.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, I do understand that why this guy and not other sons that have been put in battle, and maybe they were just trying to send a message that they were not heartless. I don't know. It's never made terribly clear why him.
I mean, again, this is a real thing that happened. In Stephen Ambrose's book, D-Day, he talks about a family that lost, 2 of their 4 sons, and then they thought they lost the 4th one, but he was taken out of Normandy by the War Department. I mean, that's what happened in real life. So this is based off of a real life event. So again, it's very like lofty American ideals. That's not a bad thing. I like the first 20 minutes. I really do. I think the first 20 minutes are what got Spielberg the Oscar. I don't think the rest of the movie got Spielberg the Oscar.
No, I think the camaraderie between Hanks and his men, I think the sound design, the music, the sets, the setting,
yeah. But where is all of that the best? On the beach scene.
Yeah, but there's humanity to it, not just brutality. The humanity of the film is what won it the Oscar, not just the brutality of the first 20 something minutes.
No, I'm talking about, it's not the brutality of the first 20 minutes. I think what got him was the first 20 minutes being, I mean, it didn't win Best Picture. It won Best Director, Best Editing, Best Cinematography, Best Sound, and Best Sound Effects.
It won Best. It didn't win Best. It was what Shakespeare in Love won that year.
Probably
highly controversial decision, by the way.
I mean, I don't think this movie should have won. Wow, I mean, again, it's like to me, this movie is like The Revenant. It is a technically impressing film. I am impressed by how technically good it is. But it is a film that is factually incorrect on a lot of fronts. And it is a film that also is good for about 20 minutes.
I think it's good for a lot more than that. I thought the dialogue was interesting. I thought it wasn't just about fighting. It was about these men's lives and why they're risking it to save one human being. I know that I don't know.
I'm just listening. I'm listening to you.
I know you're listening. I'm just
I think you're taken aback by how much I don't like this movie.
Well, I mean,
it's just okay. I mean, it's just okay, really. Like, I don't hate this movie by any stretch of the imagination. I would rewatch this movie. I really would. And I probably will. My issue with this movie is it's just, for me, it doesn't do enough to change my opinion on the war film genre. It's an epic film. It's a film that Spielberg and only Spielberg could make for a number of reasons.
Was it trying to change your mind, do you think? Do you think Spielberg wanted to change your mind on the war film genre?
Isn't this kind of the pinnacle of the war film genre?
No, I would call Patton. There's way more pinnacle films of the war genre. Bridge on the River Kwai.
I'm talking about contemporary.
Are you talking about contemporary?
Yeah, I'm talking contemporary. I mean, classic, of course. Bridge on the River Kwai. Yeah, Patton. I mean, you can even make the case Lawrence of Arabia,
Ishtar.
Yeah, I'm talking contemporary. I'm talking contemporary, not the classic epics.
I thought 1917 was a damn good war film. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to think of a contemporary war film more lauded than this film.
Yeah, more talked about. I mean, this movie still, I think, is a film that people return to. I think people like this movie. I don't know how many people watch this movie all the time, and I'm sure this film is a hard watch for a lot of people, and especially if any of that generation is still alive. I mean, I've also read that this film was, made soldiers from Vietnam and other wars feel PTSD as well. So, I mean, if the representation in this film of war is that real, then that's not a bad thing in a lot of ways, because it does show the brutality of it. I just wish that the stuff that wasn't the intro, I wish that it was better written, because like you said, I think it was more potential, less realized. Okay. You think it was realized more than I do. I just think that the potential is less realized because the characters died way too quickly. I wanted to like Vin Diesel's character and get invested, but I mean, they're gone so quick. It's hard to get invested.
But that's what happens in war, man. I mean,
I know, but it's a movie. Though.
It's not trying to be a good guys win, bad guys lose type of movie.
But it was at the end, though.
I mean,
Saving Private Ryan got out. He and the bad Nazi of the movie died.
Yeah, but you should have known that not all the soldiers were going to make it through.
I know, but I get that, but that's not the issue. My issue is a screenwriting issue. If you want to give me a reason to get invested in the characters, you need to have them stick around longer than one or two scenes. Well, that's it. I mean, again, it's either you whittle people down or you just don't worry about killing people off and you kill one or two off throughout the entire movie, but you don't have 12 people and you whittle it down to 4, because undoubtedly 6 of those people probably aren't going to get much characterization. It's just the way it is. If you know a character is going to be dying pretty quickly after you introduce them, I'm not sure you're going to put in a lot of effort to write them particularly interesting, give them any interesting lines, maybe not even give them anything interesting to do.
I thought they were pretty well written, interesting. I mean, the Jeremy Davies character was well written.
But he's the one of 3 characters that survives to the end. I mean, again, it's a matter of, in my mind, it's a screenwriting choice. And my choice for this kind of movie would have been to give the characters longer time together to really give them an opportunity to grow as characters. I mean, even in something like Aliens, you have more characters survive through the movie until the end. It's just, you have to give the characters time to grow. And I mean, look, this is the best I've ever seen of Tom Sizemore, without a doubt. I mean, this is his best role, period, right?
Oh, yeah. I'm glad Spielberg gave him the chance that he did with this film, because he is fantastic in this film.
And another actor that we don't see enough of anymore, Edward Burns.
Yeah. I thought he played his part really well.
Yeah.
I wish I'd known more about his character. I do agree.
Yeah.
I mean, it was kind of cool to see Paul Giamatti briefly.
Yeah. Ted Danson. I mean, there's a lot of really random people in this movie. Bryan Cranston's in there for like a random minute.
So is Nathan Fillion, like you said.
Yeah. Leland Orser. I mean, there's a lot of people in this movie.
Yeah. I mean, and Spielberg kills them all. No.
No, that's just the Nazis. I will say, I do like that Spielberg included a scene where about the wash your hands scene. If you know about the thing with that scene, what those characters are actually saying.
What?
They're saying like, no, we're like conscripted Czechs. Like, we don't want to be fighting this war.
Oh, yeah. But he kills them anyway.
Yeah, but they don't know that's what they're saying. And there's no subtitles that provide it. It's just part of the script. And if you knew the language, you would know it. Stuff like that's cool. Because like that is like something that was actually happening. Like, the Sommer Commando.
The one they capture and ultimately let go is the one that ends up killing one of them. Yeah.
Well, there's no way that wasn't going to happen, right? I mean, you knew when they let the character go.
Like, he's going to come back and fuck someone.
Of course. I mean, they say it. It's like, well, what if he goes and comes back and kills us? It's like, that's the thing. I mean, it's the American way. We don't kill our prisoners, right? At least we're not supposed to. At least they never portray characters in war films very positively if they kill prisoners, right?
No, not particularly.
No, there's always the, people are standing up for the characters that are the prisoners of war, because the hope is that they treat our prisoners of war the same way.
Well, you knew they weren't going to.
Well, but hey, again, idealism and our belief that we, are better than them and don't need to treat them poorly like they treated us. This movie for me is probably the best war movie I've ever seen for a lot of reasons, but at the same time, it's just another war movie.
But do you think your bias about war movies comes into play?
Probably, but our biases come into play on a lot of movies. It's hard not to be biased.
Well, I don't like Westerns, but I still give them a chance.
But do you watch them all the time?
No, not really.
I still give war movies a chance, but I just don't watch them all the time. This is probably, I've watched more war movies this year than I have any other year. Because I watched this, I watched Saving Private Ryan, Letters from Iwo Jima, Flags of Our Fathers in the span of a month.
Okay.
That's more war movies than I have watched in my lifetime in 1 year. I try to keep it to a very low number because it's not my thing.
Well,
we all have that genre. We all have a genre that's just not our thing. It's like anything else.
Well, you're the one who picked the episode, so
because this is a movie that is important. Yeah. It is. This movie really shows off how good the handheld camera can be. And
Spielberg did it himself.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
I think it was Janusz Kaminski was the other cinematographer in the film.
Yeah. It's an important movie because, again, it's a Spielberg war movie. And, of course, it's an important movie. The set design, the production design in this movie alone, the editing, the sound design in this movie is amazing. Can you imagine watching this in the theaters? Like, I know you saw it in the theaters. I can't imagine seeing it in the theaters. It must have been fucking insane.
It was very good.
Yeah.
It was definitely a technological achievement in terms of sound and editing and stuff like that.
Yeah. And again, your mileage will vary with everything past the Normandy invasion. Clearly, the two of us can agree to disagree. But we both agree the first 20 minutes are so good. The first 20 minutes of this movie are better than a lot of other war movies are in their entirety.
Well, they're a lot more fucking realistic than most war films.
Exactly. It goes out of its way to show the true horror of what was going on. And again, is it entirely factual? No, some of it is amped up for the excitement of film. But so what? Of course it's going to be that way. But if you have people that were there, you have other people who have engaged in similar combat saying, this is as close as you can get without going and being in it. I think this is something that's important for all of us to see because we need to understand as a society why something like this needs to not happen, obviously.
Well, I mean, doesn't stop it from happening.
Well, yeah, sure. Yeah, obviously.
So not much to say, is there?
I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, when we talk about this genre, I have a hard time getting excited. And I know why. And I wish I could change that. I've seen war movies that I like. This is just okay. And I know I'm in the minority here. I 100% am in the minority, obviously.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I mean, this movie didn't win Best Director because people just thought it was okay.
I mean, they were throwing Spielberg a bone, maybe. I don't know, because they weren't going to give him Best Picture, and they thought, well, let's give him this.
Well, they had already given him Best Picture for Schindler's, which is a film that I really want to watch. I've never seen it, so.
No,
have you seen it?
Long time ago.
I mean, it sounds brutal, obviously.
It is very, from what I remember. It's not a pretty film.
Where does this rank for you with war movies that you've seen? Is this the best war movie you've seen?
It's one of them. Definitely top 5.
What's better than this? Okay, if you want to change my mind on a war movie, what would you show me? If not Saving Private Ryan.
I thought 1917 was really damn good.
I haven't seen it yet.
I can't think of many. I don't know what would change your mind, man.
Well, I want to know something that you think is a good war movie. So 1917.
1917 is a good one. Dunkirk's pretty good. Not as good as this, but Dunkirk is pretty good. Patton. I don't know. If you're talking contemporary war films, this is the best, I think.
Yeah. I mean, again, that you have someone like Spielberg behind the camera, and it really does show, right?
Mm-hmm.
It really shows when you have a director behind the camera who is as adept as Spielberg is.
Yeah.
What would you give the film out of 5?
4. Definitely 4.
4, not a 5.
Yeah, I think I'm good with a 4.
Yeah, I'd give it a 3. Tom Hanks is good. Hey, there is that. But that is the least surprising fact of this entire movie. I mean, is Tom Hanks ever bad?
I'm trying to think. No, I don't think so.
He's just if
there are bad movies that he is in, but he's not bad in them.
Like Dungeons and board games and goblins.
Oh no! It was Mazes and Monsters.
Mazes and Monsters.
There's that terrible comedian film Punchline he did with Sally Field.
How do you feel about Dragnet?
I love Dragnet.
Dragnet's amazing. I just love one of the characters' names in that movie. Emil Muzz. Emil Muzz.
The Virgin Connie Swales?
The Virgin Connie Swale and Emil Muzz. Why didn't we talk about that movie? Fuck. Christ.
Well, we can talk about it. Let's talk about it.
We would have had a better time.
No, on another episode, we'll talk about Dragnet. I'm up for that.
So Dragnet's good.
Yeah, we can talk about Dragnet.
Yeah. So on that note, let's take a break and we'll play the first preview for May.
Life एक रेस अगर तेज नहीं दौड़ोगे तो कोई तुम्हें कुचल कर आगे निकल जाएगा।
हम सब तो कॉलेज सिर्फ डिग्री पाने के लिए जाते थे। डिग्री नहीं होगी तो नौकरी नहीं होगी, नौकरी नहीं होगी तो कोई बाप अपनी बेटी नहीं देगा, बैंक क्रेडिट कार्ड नहीं देगी, दुनिया रिस्पेक्ट नहीं देगी। लेकिन वो साला कॉलेज डिग्री के लिए नहीं, सिर्फ पढ़ने के लिए आया था। रणछोड़ दास, श्यामल दास, चांचर, जितना अलग साले का नाम था उतनी ही अलग सोच।
सर आप जानते हैं हम कौन है?
प्राइम मिनिस्टर का बेटे हो तो भी आई विल नॉट एक्सेप्ट योर पेपर।
सर आपको हमारा नाम और रोल नंबर पता है? नहीं पता है।
अच्छा एक बात बता, do you really feel किस करने में नाक बीच में आती है?
एक दिन मैं चला जाऊंगा पिया, एकदम से, बगैर बताए, the end।
बहती हवा सा था वो, उड़ती पतंग सा था वो, कहाँ गया उसे ढूंढो।
ये जो अपना दिल है ना, बड़ा डरपोक है यार, इसको बेवकूफ बना के रखो। लाइफ में कितनी भी बड़ी प्रॉब्लम हो ना, उसको बोलो कोई बात नहीं चाचू, सब ठीक ठाक है, ऑल इज वेल, ऑल इज वेल,
और उससे प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व हो जाएगी।
नहीं, लेकिन उसको झेलने की हिम्मत आ जाती है।
अरे भैया बाबा को स्कूटर पे ले आए तो क्या स्पीड पोस्ट से भेजता अपने बाप को देखा
Life is a race. If you don't run fast, you'll be like a broken anda of the cuckoo bird.
That's right. In May, we're going to be talking about Indian cinema once again. We're going to be talking about the first movie of the month, Three Idiots. It is a film that I have heard nothing but good things about. I cannot wait to talk about it. Until then, Trevor, where can people find you?
You can find me at the On Seagal podcast, which promised we're making new episodes soon. You can also find me on Twitter at Bad Vertigo. You can find me on Instagram at Mad Vertigo. And where can they find you, Chris?
You can find me here. You can find me on Twitter at Christmas Claus. And you can also find me at cstachiw.com, where all of my links go there. So if you want to find my stuff, that's where to go. As for the podcast, you can find the podcast on the internet at kulturecast.com and at patreon.com/Kulturecast. Trevor, thank you for joining me. I know that this was a different podcast than you're used to doing with me. Normally, we agree a lot more than this.
Yeah, we definitely do.
But hey,
next time I promise we'll agree.
It's always good to disagree a little bit.
Yeah, but we'll agree next time. I promise.
Exactly.
We'll set it up to agree.
But yeah, and as always, make sure to check out the next episode of the Kulturecast.